New at 6, thousands of Maui wildfire victims have begun receiving instructions on how to claim their share of a $4 billion settlement.
But as our Daryl Huff reports, some victims are disappointed by what they're learning.
This 19-page letter began arriving last week with instructions and deadlines for how people can file for money from the Maui wildfire settlement. It also plainly lays out the math that indicates how much people might be able to get, and many may be disappointed.
I've been thinking this and talking about this since the beginning, that the settlement is too low.
Writer Sanford Hill lost his home, several friends, and his Corvette at the Halimaha'olu Senior Housing in Lahaina. He hired lawyers who he said promised a lot, so he was shocked when the settlement letter he got last week speculated that as little as 30 to 40% of each claim would be paid.
It's really depressing.
Well,
It makes me angry.
So in a compromise situation, which is always what a settlement is, you are not going to get full value.
Hill said he still hasn't been able to reach his own lawyer for clarification, but Maui attorney Cynthia Wong says she's been scrambling to keep her clients informed and urging them to join the settlement, even not knowing how much they'll get in the end.
People are happy that we are moving forward finally with the individual settlement plan, that we have the ability to get the settlement release agreement signed, and that we have a firm deadline in October to have the submission of all claims.
They pushed us into a corner, and we're going to have to accept whatever we get. And this document just showed me that that's not going to be a lot for a lot of people.
The letter says the first installment of payments could go out in December. California wildlife attorney Frank Petrie points out that the defendants in Hawaii, Hiko, Kamehameha Schools, the state, and other landowners can afford to pay the $4 billion to victims without risk of bankruptcy or cost of a lengthy trial.
After you explain how the process works and you give people comfort that this was the best out of a very bad situation.
Maui Judge Peter Cahill approved a process that will have experienced experts decide how much each claim is worth, then divide the settlement money among the thousands of victims. The more claims there are, the less there will be for each. But the lawyers argue the system is fair.
It is a process that will be applied uniformly and fairly by experienced people.
Despite no way to predict how much they will receive, claimants must pull together all evidence of their losses, including pain and suffering, and file by October 1st.
We have a short time span to do all this stuff. And for people like me, the kapuna, this is really difficult, especially since so much of the stuff was burned in the fire.
We want people to be comfortable with the settlement, to sign the settlement agreement timely, and to submit their claim timely. And any questions, they should reach out to their lawyer.
Although about 20,000 people have signed up with lawyers, there are still others who have not. There will be a class action settlement, as well as opportunities to file without an attorney, although that might be difficult. We've put the entire letter, as well as the entire interview with those lawyers, on our website. Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.